Okay, so today we will do an MCS. So um, we will create 4 clones, and I just want to show you how Citrix is load balancing if you have two two storage repositories. So in our case, we have NFS and NFS2, so they have both the same size, so they have uh, approximately 150 gigabytes. And we have an NCS master, we have the snapshot, and we will create 4 clones. Now, normally, uh, the MCS process should load balance the two storages, so he should create 2 VMs in one and the other two in the other one. So let's see how this works. Go machine catalog, create new machine catalog, multi-session OS, okay, MCS, okay. We take the snapshot. Okay, we want to create 4 VMs, and we are using existing Active Directory accounts. And let me check the names. I just created them. So let's take one. Let's go back to our 02, 03, and 04. Check names. Perfect. Next. And we will say here uh, dev and dev MCS and finish. Okay, now we can also take a look at the Xen server. If he's starting to work, we should see here the template creation. If I've done everything correct, not the template, the base disk creation. Okay, let me go back, copying the master image, okay. Now, if I'm doing, okay, we need to wait a while. And let's see what Citrix is doing. Okay, so it will take a little bit of time. The disks are not so big, but for this entire environment I have only one CPU, so he is struggling a little bit. I want to see here the base disk. We just have to wait a little bit. I will pause the video and come back when it goes to the next step. Okay, so it started to create. You can see here preparing dev MCS. It will first create the base disk, and out of that it will create the four clones. Okay, and he already um, took the decision to create it on the second NFS share, because on the first we already have some usage, and he identified that, and he's dropping the base disk where there is more free space. I just want to show you this because in a productive environment, for example, if you start your site with one storage, so you have only one. And for example, I don't know, you have a few terabytes, and in 1 or 2 years it's getting full, and or maybe you have performance issues, and you add a second NFS share. It will not help you much, because once the MCS process creates the clones, it will create them all on the first share, so the one that you started the site with. And if you can add additional storage, but the disks will not load balance. So they will not load balance even if you make an machine catalog update. The only way that you can rebalance the VMs. So for example, you have 100 of VMs. If you want them to be uh, stored equally, you have to completely delete your catalog. So for example, if you have a MCS catalog with 100 VMs, you delete the entire catalog, and you recreate it, or you delete half of the the VMs and then recreate them, and only so will Citrix uh, recreate the new VMs on the empty storage. Okay, let's go back on the DDC. Still working. Now CPU usage is 50%, but yeah, I mean everything is virtualized here in my home lab. Just have to be patient. I will pause it a little bit and get back to you when it's done. Okay, it's finished, but I see that the base disk, so the disk from where the clones have been created, is present on both storages. So this I didn't know, so I learned something today. And the clones were created as I told you. So clone 2 and 4 have been created on NFS, on the first NFS, and clone 1 and 3 with their identity disk and their base disk are created on NFS 2. So it's a good thing that I've done this because I learned something. Okay, let's power on a few of them. I can only power on, let's power on them from Studio, because I can only power on 3 of them. I do not have sufficient RAM memory. So let's power on 3 VMs. And start. And let's go back to Xen Center, and on each host there should be one powered on, because I only have space in the memory for one, or do I have for two? Available memory, no, 1.4. So I need more memory. Or I can adjust the memory of the clones to be smaller. Nevertheless, as you can see, it in a pool, the Xen Hypervisor did a good job load balancing them, because he cannot simply power on more than one VM on each Xen server. I mean, yeah, this is my lab, but for me it is enough. I just want to check in Studio if they got registered. Okay, we need to wait a little bit. Okay, first one is registered. Let's see. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, they are struggling. I mean, my computer is struggling with one CPU to keep all these VMs up. Okay, all 3 registered. We don't have a delivery group yet, but I will create one. Okay, this was it for this video. Thank you for watching.